Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason and I will be bringing you today's video. Now before we go into the video, just a couple quick things. Now most of what we talk about as far as what's coming up and what our goals and plans are, we usually put near the end of the video. But a couple real quick things, slight change to the format of how we're doing things. Right now I'm trying to do anywhere between 15 to 22, 23 videos a week, and just to be dead honest, it's killing me. Plus, with all the expense that we've put into this, there's a chance I may end up having to pick up a second job, which I'll cut into some of that a little bit. So it's going to trim down a little bit. I'm going to do my best to put up at least one video per day, Sunday through Thursday. I will attempt to do a video per day, Friday and Saturday. I'm going to try and thin myself down to about 10 to 12 videos a week. The remaining videos are going to go on our patron site for all of our patrons. So I'm going to attempt also to do one a day, at least Sunday through Thursday on that site as well. So I'm still going to attempt to do 2 videos a day, Sunday through Thursday. But the 3 video thing that I tried to do for a little while was just too much. The weekends are a little bit difficult. I'll do the best I can. But again, we're going to split it. About half the videos are going to go on the patron site. Otherwise, for anything else, just as far as upcoming plans and all that, just check the end of the video. Otherwise, we're going to jump right into today's video. So for today's video, we want to talk about the regression strategy. So for those of you that are curious, when I know it, I will try and post a list in the comments below or the description of the video on what videos are going to be posted to our patrons. We're going to try and be posting 4 to 7 videos a week to the patrons. So again, when I know in advance, it's kind of tough for me, I'm really busy. I will post that in the description of the video with upcoming videos, what days and what tiers the exclusive videos will be available. So for today, like I said, I want to talk about the regression strategies. And what I want to talk about is why regression strategies, what they are good for, what they're not good for. The thing that a lot of people seem to get confused at is that there is no one best strategy. It just doesn't exist. Some people get really diehard on their particular strategy. They'll disparage another strategy without looking at the weaknesses of their own favorite strategy that they're really dogmatic about. The thing is, there is no best strategy. Like, you guys should all know I'm a huge fan of the power press, but I also know there's some glaring weaknesses in the power press, huge weaknesses. The mid-press method, another excellent one. But again, there are some definite weaknesses. There are weaknesses in every single strategy, especially because there's multiple goals when playing craps. Everybody that plays craps seems to have different goals. Some people are trying to win enormous amounts of money. Those people tend to gravitate towards the power press or the mid-press. Some people are just trying to play for a long period of time or make their bankroll last as long as possible. Some people are targeting the rolls that last 3 to 5 rolls before the 7. Some people are targeting the rolls that last 6 to 8 rolls before the 7, and so on and so forth. There is a ton of different goals and reasons why people play, and all the strategies have their own strengths and weaknesses. The regression strategy is an interesting one because it kind of bridges the gap between a lot of different ones. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't like the regression strategy. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like to target the short rolls. I'm not interested in, oh, now I'm working on a free bet. That's how some people look at it, even though it's your money. I'm not really interested in dropping my bets down because when I do catch that hot roll, I want to be able to take advantage of it. I don't want to be 2 or 3 beats behind. But the mid-press method is a great method, or not mid-press, the regression strategies are a great method for kind of bridging the gaps. It still has enormous weaknesses. Like any other strategy, if the rolls all go towards statistical likelihoods, all strategies are going to lose over a long period of time. If you're looking to just extend and play forever, then go for the lowest house edge, because lowest house edge just means you lose your money the slowest. That's all it means. It doesn't mean you win any more money. So why do people play the regressive strategy? Because they want that quote-unquote free bet. It doesn't exist, but what they're trying to do is preserve their bankroll on the shorter rolls while still somewhat being able to take advantage of the longer rolls. What I mean by that is typically a regression strategy player is going to go across with something larger than the table minimum. They have to be larger than the table minimum, otherwise they cannot regress. So let's say that we're on, I don't know if I should do a $10 or $15 table. Let's say we're on a $10 table. So we start out with 135 across, could also do 160 across including the point, right? And now, what the player is looking for, generally speaking, is they're looking for 2 hits if they're regressing everything. Some people only regress individual bets. Some people regress everything. The ones that regress everything are typically looking for 2 hits, because even on the lowest payouts, 2 hits is going to give you a total of $70, because you're going to get $35 twice. Now, if you hit a 4 or 10, that's a little bit different. You get paid a lot more. If you had two 10s roll, you'd have $98 to work with. But at this point now, they can come down, because I said we were on a $10 table, right? Now they come down, and they actually have $4 in profit and can do 54 across, or 60, 66, what am I doing? 54 across, so don't know how I messed that one up there, guys. Sorry about that, been a long day. They actually have $16 in profit. $16 in profit, because they get their 54 across. If they really wanted to, they could do 64 across and still get $6 in profit. I don't know why I fumbled all that, guys. Really, definitely apologize. Very tired. So they have their 54 across. They have $11 in profit. So theoretically, now this is where people say they're playing on house money. That's a bunch of BS. This is your money. You can take it and you can walk away, go cash it out, and go spend your money on your wife or husband, because you always spend your money on your husband. So this is absolutely your money. But what you do have is you have the $135 that you initially invested in the shooter, plus you have another $16 in profit. So while it's not house money, it's not a free bet, what it is you are now no longer as invested in the shooter. Your initial buy-in into this particular shooter has now been wiped out as far as your bankroll is concerned. What you have in the rail is now larger than it was before this player started shooting. So now at this point, this is where you start with your strategy, be it press 1 unit, be it mid press, power press, sister press, whatever you want to do, this is where you started. This is where those regression players started. Their idea, their thinking is, if the 7 comes in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th roll, somewhere along those lines, they haven't lost any money in that particular shooter's roll. That's the idea. Like every other strategy, has weaknesses. This particular strategy is the 0.7 out, or as the 7 occurs in the 1st or 2nd roll, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of a 7 coming, then it takes a huge hit, $135, that is extremely difficult to make back. You have to catch an even longer roll once you've regressed down, just to cover up that initial loss. So regardless of regression strategy versus any other strategy, you still have to catch a truly exceptional roll just to break even when that 0.7 out of that worst case scenario happens. So you're still looking for the longer rolls. This strategy just tends to make people feel a little bit better that they don't have as much at risk after the 2nd roll. The other option, like I said, is some people will come down on individual numbers. So let's say the 8 hits once, and they say, take me down to 12. Now let's say another number hits, let's say the 5. So they get paid, they say take me down, and they come down. Now what you'll notice here is that they don't have quite as much after 2 hits of any particular number. They have $103. So they're not quite making back their 135 initial investment, but when the 3rd hit comes, down to 12. Now they have 156. So after the 3rd hit of a different number, they actually have more. They have more money. So that's one variation of the regression strategy where people come down. Because now they come down, they've rebuilt their bankroll back up to where it was before the shooter started rolling. Plus they have some extra, and they still have some pretty strong bets on the table that they have no need to regress at this point. Some still will, but there's no need to. At this point, it tends to be where people do, again, things like mid presses, power presses, stuff like that. Now, there's another option, another way of doing it. This one is a little bolder. This is one where people look at 2 hits on a number and then regress it without taking any profit. What I mean by that, let's say the 8 hits. They say, press me up. Now, a couple other numbers roll possibly, or the 8 rolls right away. Let's say the 8 rolls right away. Now they say, take me down. What do they have here? They have $123 they've made just off the 8. They've regressed down. So some people will power press the first hit and then come down the second hit. Again, nothing wrong with that strategy either. Again, their goal is within the first few rolls of the dice to get to where their bankroll has no impact on it for this particular shooter. Obviously, there's a number of different ways to do it. Regress the entire bet, regress individual numbers, power press it, then regress. So many different things you can do. So take that as you will. Regression strategies are definitely viable strategies, as viable as any other strategy out there. Again, there's no perfect strategy. There's no great strategy. There's no best strategy. There's just strategies. Some are stronger than others, but it all depends upon your goal, what you were shooting for, what you were looking for, what you were hoping rolls. So thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. So as I promised, for the end of the video, we talked a little bit about upcoming things, plans, hopes, dreams, so on and so forth. Still looking to try and get the live streaming thing going. Amy had to pick up a second job, so between the two of us, if we include this channel, we're combining for somewhere around 130 hours a week. So trying to figure that out, plus our kid, and figure out exactly when I'll be able to do a live stream consistently every single week is really stretching me. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I will get to the live stream as soon as I possibly can. Definitely going to live stream on the Patreon site. Hopefully live stream on the regular YouTube channel as well. When we start it off, we'll do the craps tournament for sure. Possibly some blackjack going on as well. Otherwise, we do still hope to be able to add in slots, Keno, video poker, and also roulette. But it's going to be a little while until we're able to sink that money into further purchases for the channel. But it is definitely at the top of our list to get done. We appreciate every single one of you guys, everybody that's been watching, everybody that's bought us a coffee, everybody that is one of our patrons. All that has been enormously helpful to us. We've added so much equipment throughout the life of this channel, only a little over a year at this point, but we started out with very basic very basic equipment. We're still hoping to upgrade our layout, but we have upgraded the equipment enormously, and that's all well, not all, but that's partially from the help that we've gotten from all of our fans out there. So we appreciate every one of you guys. Please continue emailing us strategies, ideas, questions, anything you would like to see, or anything you just have a question about, please email us. Even if the email is not something I can film, every so often that happens, the email is just too long, too convoluted. I'll still do my best to answer it. Might take me a little longer if I have to read through it and really parse it out, but I will answer it for sure. Just might take a little while. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we hope to have many more years to come. Bye now.